Trust Agency has launched a new product called Trust Intelligence that could help you cope with the fast pace of change in the sector. Let me give you a short introduction about it. eIDAS 2 has set a world of identity and trust services in motion with a speed that is very difficult to follow. The European digital identity wallets, the electronic attestations of attributes, and the other new trust services bring a lot of new changes. These changes will have a huge impact in the identity and trust services sector itself, but also for other companies that will now get new opportunities, but also obligations to cover. Not following this up can make you miss opportunities, lead to compliance breaches, or you might simply be too late to the party to have a competitive advantage with the new possibilities offered. Next to the changes in legislation, there are also changes in the standards from the European standard organizations CEN, Stenelec and ETSI. Trust Intelligence allows you to considerably reduce the effort to follow up on the evolution regarding eIDAS identity and trust services. This is important for any organization that is involved with eIDAS. Not only for trust service providers or identity providers, but also for conformity assessment bodies, supervisory bodies, and relying parties that have compliance obligations or interoperability needs. If you are one of those, it is very likely that you are short on resources, and that the resources you have difficult to do their job and follow all these changes at the same time. Trust Intelligence can help. Trust Intelligence will reduce the time required in following up the evolution in legislation, standards, and what happens in the sector. It will also help you improve your insight, not only in the evolution regarding technology, but also regarding business aspects and regulatory and compliance impact. Some parties even use it to detect sales opportunities. Trust service providers, conformity assessment bodies and supervisory bodies can be better prepared with less effort for upcoming conformity assessments. And any company offering products in this area can be ahead of the pack, improve and innovate their products faster by being informed faster. This allows them to build or keep a competitive advantage. So, Trust Intelligence can not only improve the efficiency of your scarce eIDAS experts, it can also improve your competitiveness. Trust Intelligence is built on 3 components. The first component is the portal that contains a lot of detailed information, as well as general information that is applicable to most of the organizations in the sector, but also information specific to certain topics. The second component is the eIDAS map. This eIDAS map gives you a very visual overview of how the different standards and concepts are connected with each other. And the third component is a weekly newsletter that informs you when there is something new, so that you do not have to actively monitor the portal yourself. Let's look at those components in some more detail. The Trust Intelligence portal homepage contains links to important resources. In the document library, you will find helpful tools that we created, like a redlined version of the difference between eIDAS 1 and eIDAS 2, a table of contents of the articles in eIDAS 2, a timeline for the obligations and publications of implementing acts, and the redlined versions of the difference between the draft implementing acts and the final published versions. You will also find documents that list the clauses that have changed between different versions of an updated standard and spreadsheet checklists that you can use to make an assessment or self-assessment of the compliance against a standard. In the eIDAS Entities page, you will find a list of different entities that are important for the eIDAS ecosystem. And in the External Resources page, you find links to public websites with important or useful information and tools. Further, you will find on the homepage a list of upcoming events that might interest you and news articles about sector-related topics that keep you up to date. The portal has specific topic pages with detailed information related to those topics. There is a general page for the information that is relevant to all services, and there are specific pages for, firstly, signature creation and validation, European identity wallets, electronic attestations of attributes, certificates, electronic registered delivery services, timestamps, and lastly, preservation and remote qualified signature creation devices. Each page lists specific legislation if applicable, lists the standards related to that topic, and contains some technical content and even some gossip. But shh, you did not hear that from us. For each of the standards, information is provided related to the current version of the standard, including links towards the published document, as well as the publicly available PDF as the Word version that is only accessible to Etsy members. On the upcoming version, we keep information up to date on the scope, agreed changes, status, and open points. And for Etsy members, we provide a link to the latest draft. This allows you to follow up what direction the standard goes, which gives you a lot of insight in what direction the evolution is heading. That allows you to keep track of technology, new business opportunities, and to be informed early, even before the publication of the standard of what is coming. As you may have noticed, there is also a link to the eIDAS map available. When you click on the link, the map opens in your browser. That allows you to directly interact with the eIDAS map. The browser version gives you already a very good experience, but if you have the ability to install a desktop application, you really will get the most out of it. The eIDAS map allows you to see how eIDAS-related concepts are linked with each other and navigate through them. Those concepts are also linked to standards. When you hover over them, you can easily see what the standard is about. Clicking on one of them will give you more information. But what is even more useful is the search function, which allows you to find a standard quickly. This is immensely useful when reading a text that contains references to standards by number, or when people are citing standards by number during a meeting. From the Details pane, you have a link to the TI portal that leads you straight to the detailed information, but also to the current version and the latest draft of the update under construction, if there is one. And finally, the third component is a weekly newsletter that lists the changes that were applied to the portal. The information in Trust Intelligence is constantly changing, and capturing that change is what brings you the most value. With the newsletter, you will each week receive an overview of the changes of the past week without a need for you to actively look it up. If you are interested in the Trust Intelligence proposition, then there is no reason for you to hesitate. When you sign up for a subscription, you can test it out for 1 month with the possibility to cancel the subscription for free. You won't receive any invoice for the service after your cancellation. Just contact us at info@trust-agency.eu and we will send you the subscription contract. After having received the signed contract, we will set up your accesses promptly so that your risk-free month can commence.